Hi everyone, and welcome today to our prep week for our cleanse, 28-day detox, cleanse and replenish the Sauna Vive way. I planned this full week ahead of the actual detox to just get our mindset and some of our actions into alignment so we can have a wonderful experience for these 28 days. So you should have received this packet, and I'm going to go over a few of the things in there. You know, why Sauna Vive? Sauna Vive is down in Rosarito, Mexico. It's the most beautiful, magical, healing environment that I think maybe on the planet. I've been there many times, and my goal is to take a group there every single year. I think it's that important to teach others as well as for myself to experience it. But as much as I'd love to have us all there right now experiencing this detox there, that's not going to be possible, right? So although put it on your dream board, we're going to do our best to bring Sauna Vive to you in this experience. And Sauna Vive is derived from Spanish words called healthy living. And so it really provides your body, heart, mind, and soul a beautiful healing experience. So in this packet that I've shared with you, I want to go over a few things that I've listed as the Sauna Vive Creed, really what they promote in their healing facility. One is whole foods. The other is we take food as information, reducing common food allergens like gluten and dairy. Fruits and vegetables, we believe in fruits and vegetables. They are the highest vibrating foods, especially greens, which are the highest vibrating foods, that to take daily to really infuse our bodies and lives with energy. We believe in cleansing and detoxifying, the power of juicing, and that's really just nutrient-dense juice of mostly greens and other fruits and vegetables. And that's something in the detox that I would encourage you to add into your life. It's something that I try to do daily when I take my nutritionals. I have green juice, whether I juice it myself or I get also cold pressed juice that sometimes is simpler if I don't have time to do the juicing. Animal protein may be useful, but it should be limited because often that's where toxins are carried as well. And looking at our ancestral heritage as far as our foods, bio-individuality, what works for one person may be great, but really might be poison for another. So really understanding your body. And in this experience, I want you to keep a food journal and really write and record how you're reacting to different things and how you're feeling. And food is information. It's simply that. I try to teach my young daughter this all the time because there's certain foods that really upset her. And I said, okay, chalk it up. We know that when you eat this, that does not do well in your body. And so understanding that. Another is professional support. Now, there are so many different dietary theories out there. Our minds could be spinning. When I went to Institute of Integrative Nutrition to study as a health coach years ago, we were introduced to over 100 different dietary theories. Now, it's no wonder that a lot of people are confused about what to do. There's so many different diets or whatever. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. We're making shifts for a lifestyle. I think if we can get out of the diet mentality and make good choices to eat clean. It's not also a weight loss program, because when you start focus on, I've got to lose weight, guess what? Whatever you focus on grows. You're going to have to lose more and more and more weight. This is a program to release toxins, to cleanse our life, to cleanse our bodies of the impurities that are stored in our bodies, to elevate our spirits and our minds and souls. And that's invigorating. And as a byproduct, we probably will be releasing fat because our fat holds our toxins, okay? So having the professional support through coaching and mentoring, or a nutritionist or a health coach. So I'm going to be your health coach on this little journey, and so thank you for trusting me in this. The other they emphasize is a beautiful presentation of food, really taking the time to create something beautiful. Oh my goodness, there are so many beautiful food bloggers out there or on Instagram that I follow that I'm just in awe of. Creativity, it's kind of fun. But whatever you do, try to make it beautiful. And mindful eating, taking the time to chew our food, to actually chew our food. That's when digestion begins, and that's when the enzymes are released. But so often we're in a hurry and we eat, and our food isn't even like digested or absorbed. So being mindful when we eat, being grateful, having a prayer of gratitude, all those things. And food is medicine to heal our lives. So in the packet, I have a section on setting your intention. Before we do anything, it's so important to get clear on, why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? And what do I want to get out of this experience? Be clear, because the more clear you are, the more it opens up to, the world, the universe, God, to answering those issues that you have going on in your head, questions, bringing about the desires in your life, okay? So get clear in your intentions and do some writing. Writing is so important to get those thoughts out of your brain and onto paper and start bringing clarity in your life. So this is prep week, so to prepare for the detox, start eating more fruits and vegetables, drinking more water, taking your nutritionals. If you have them, others, I know you ordered them for this program, and we're not officially starting till next week. So if you have extras and things, you could start taking those. I want you to cut out caffeine and alcohol if you take that. Try more raw foods. Cut out red meat. Try to begin avoiding gluten and dairy. Different cheeses. Get moving. Okay, start moving your body. Make sure you try to get like 30 minutes of movement a day. And even if it's 10 minutes of walking after each meal, that really helps with your digestion. If it's walking around the block, and standing up helps move things down and moves your food through and in your digestive process. So the next thing is we're going to clean out our fridge and pantry, okay? And it goes through that in your packet about just getting rid of the junk food, the processed foods, the sugars, anything with high fructose corn syrup, trans fats, hydrogenated fats, things like that. Now, not everyone may be on board in your family with this, okay? So that could be a challenge. And if that is an issue, I would just encourage you to ask for their support. This is what I've done. Because my husband and I don't always eat the same way. And my daughters are like, I want to do this with you, Mom. And so I've asked him for his support in things that we have in our home. And so if you need to box up some things and put them downstairs in storage or somewhere where it's not accessible, we don't want to be tempted with choices that are not in our best interest in this program. So definitely prepare your fridge and pantry. That's what I want you to do in these first couple of days. Now, the next page is called the Liberation Challenge, and that's what I mentioned. I can't remember if I mentioned it yet or not, about Constitution Day. Today is Constitution Day, September 17th, and I'm thinking how cool the synchronicity of that, because the Constitution is the foundation and basis of our freedoms. And when we are trapped with toxins in our lives, in our bodies, with unhealthy habits, with addictions, we really are in bondage. And so we're going to be releasing that and releasing us from bondage. So part of that is going to be this Liberation Challenge this week before we really get into the program. Okay, so a couple of points I want to talk to you about. One is take 100% responsibility for your life and choices. Okay, no victim role, no blaming of anybody else. We are where we are, and that's okay. We're here, yay. So take 100% responsibility of those choices. Next, ask yourself some questions about, what do I want to release? And what do I want to keep in my life? We're gonna consciously create and design the life that we want and the life that we love. So the next thing is, I want you to go to a small area in your home. It might be your desktop. It could be your purse, or it could be out inside in your car or a closet. I want you to clean out the clutter. I know some of you have been working on this all summer long. I've talked to some of you, and that is great. But I want you to find at least just one small area and clean it out. When our lives are full to the brim, okay, like we're this vase or cup, and we're full to the brim, there's no room to receive more wonderful things. So the one of the goals of this liberation challenge is making space. And the same thing with detoxifying. We're getting rid of what is not serving us, what's not in our best and highest good. And so everything is symbolic, I think, in our lives so often. And so when we do this in one area of our life, it affects others. So when we clear out a space, we're clearing also out of a place of saying, I'm open to receiving. I'm open to receiving. So clear out that space. And I want you to take a look at 4 areas of your life. One is your physical items. And I want you to journal about this. I didn't put added pages in your packet because who knows how long you could journal. Grab some paper and write your physical items, or take an inventory of your house. What things can I get rid of? And ask yourself, is this providing me joy? And if it is, great, keep it. But if it's not, thank it, bless it, and give it to someone else to bless their life. That's now creating an open space for you to receive. Now, I'm going to tell you how cool this is, that it works. Several years ago, I hired somebody. It's actually my niece, but she's an excellent organizer and actually wanted to do this as a business. So we went through my home, room by room, closet, drawer, cupboard, everything, and cleaned out. I just loaded tons and tons and tons of bags of clothes, boxes and boxes of books that I loved, but we're not using these right now. I still have a ton, but I gave those up. I just cleared out everything. In fact, I told her I wanted to have my home so clean that anybody could walk in. Now, it's not quite there yet right now. This was a few years ago. But that like it was up for sale and that anyone could just look through anything. And so we did that. But what I learned is so many cool things began coming into my life. So very many beautiful spiritual experiences, gifts. So it taught me when we can release things, we open up space to receive. That's basically the point I'm saying. So take a look at your things. The next thing is your commitments. Sometimes that fills us to the brim. And we may have committed to things in the past that maybe they're not serving us to our best good right now. So take a look at where you're committed and what things can you let go of to create more space for what you want. Take a look at your time. What is sucking your time? What's draining your energy? And if it's Netflix or social media or, I don't know, whatever, get a handle on that and maybe set up some boundaries. So you're very intentional about what you're taking into your life and how you're spending your time. The next is relationships. Now, this is not something that you can so easily just throw away or that you would even want to toss away. People are important, but it is important to take a look at our relationships. And this detox, believe me, I think it might stir up some things in your relationships and in all of these areas, when we're ridding ourselves of things that are not working, sometimes we are more aware of what's not working in our lives and in our relationships. And so it brings us to a place that we can find healing and being just aware of what needs to change, what needs to heal, what boundaries need to be put in place to protect ourselves and others. So anyway, that is the Liberation Challenge. I want it's in this little packet, but I want you spending time this week in the mornings writing about each of those areas and actually doing those in the physical area. Now, lastly, in this program, like I said, we're not focusing on weight loss, but I do want to keep some data and results for the program. So I would like you, not this week, but when we start, to take your weight and measurements, and then at the end also take that. And I'd encourage you not to be on the scale every day, but maybe once a week if you want to keep track for yourself. But one of the keys to success of this is to get an accountability partner, okay? So find an accountability partner that is doing this with you. It'd be awesome for you to invite someone to do this with you, a friend. We still have time this week to bring in people to be participating. Or reach out in the Facebook group. I'd love you to just introduce yourself in the Facebook group and tell a little bit about yourself, and then find each other. Now, to have an accountability partner, it's important to just daily check in, okay? Our rate of success will skyrocket compared to if we are just doing it by ourselves, okay? It's too easy to get distracted, discouraged, quit. But if you know that you're checking in with somebody and saying, this is what I did or whatever, and it's a fun little bond that you can do. I've had many accountability partners for different projects, and we just text, at the end of the day. And so I want you to be sure to get an accountability partner. All right, that's it for now. And have fun this week just doing some writing and cleaning out and doing your liberation challenge. You'll hear from me in a few days. And towards the end of the week, I'll be sending the information to get us started on Monday with your recipes and menu guide. And it's going to be a great experience. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.